Everyone, welcome back. Good morning. I am filming this the day it is going out. I was a little slow in getting my YouTube videos together this week, but here I am, better late than never, right? And I've been wanting to do this video for a little while, and I felt now's the right time. If you saw by the thumbnail, this is going to be about The Real, which is that luxury online consignment store that I tried out for the first time, I think back in January, and I've made some sales there, so I want to share them with you. If this is interesting to you, feel free to give a subscribe, a thumbs up, leave a comment down below letting me know what you think of what I sent in and what I made. And we're going to do this a little bit different. I'm actually on Zoom right now filming this, and I'm going to share my screen so we can go through, all the items. It's the best way to really show you so you can see what my commission was and stuff. So if you like this format or don't, let me know, because I'm kind of dabbling in different what sold video formats for the best way to show you what sold and for what cost and everything like that. So anyway, let's just dive in. I'm going to share my screen. Hi everyone, it's editing version of Kelly, and I just wanted to take a hot minute to apologize for the quality of this video. Zoom has failed me, and I'm sorry if there is a huge lag between my mouth and my voice, and if it is slightly blurry. I promise I will figure out a better solution next time, but thank you if you keep watching. I really appreciate you. Here we go. Okay, so let's move all of these Zoom things out of the way. We'll just move this down here. Okay, so let's go to the home page so you know what the real looks like when you sign in. Here is the home page, and based off the home page, you can think like, okay, wow, Gucci on sale. I never find Gucci. Why would I use the real? Like, I'm not finding these higher end brands. Like, there's some Louis Vuitton, and these aren't things that I'm finding in the thrift store. Is this really for me? Like, there's some YSL. Like, these are some high end things, but you would be surprised on a lot of the things that they do take, and you can probably find something similar to send in from your thrift stores. So you will go up to the top and click on designers here for the full list of their designer directory. So these are the designers that they're currently accepting. It does change, I think, maybe once a month or something like that. So before you send anything in, be sure to check this list. But I mean, look at it. It's a huge list. This is just the A's. And a lot of these brands I've never even heard of before, but let's just do a quick search for, look, they take the North Face. I wouldn't have expected that. It is outerwear only, but that's probably something you're more likely to find in your thrift store. I think they don't take Patagonia. There was another one that I was like, oh, that, like Alice and Olivia, they're nice brands for sure. North Face is a very nice brand. Arc'teryx, that's a great brand. But like some of these are a little bit easier to find out in the wild than say Gucci. And so 3.1 Phillip Lim, I actually have a sale from that brand in this video, so we'll check that out too. But just study this list. I mean, you can't know every single brand. It's way too long. What I do is when I find something that looks nice to me, based off the tag, the fabric, whatever, I just do a quick look up in my app when I'm at the Real app, when I'm at the thrift store, and say, is this brand accepted? Yes or no. Don't do the search like up in here, right? Like, don't search for Patagonia, because you're gonna see Patagonia, right? But they're not actually accepting it right now. So just because they've accepted it in the past doesn't mean that they're currently accepting it. It needs to be on that list. So just make sure. Oh, we probably should have turned off emails. Well, coffee. Okay, great, everyone. Let's just turn off emails for now. Sorry about that. Okay. Anyway, yeah, don't just search for the item as if you were shopping for it, because that designer list does change. And I made that mistake the first time when I was out thrifting. I didn't know that the designer list varied. And so when I wanted to know if something was sold there, I just typed it in the search bar. And if it came up with results, I knew it was accepted. Well, that's not true. As I found out when I went to go print my shipping label, most of the things I picked up, I could not send in. So definitely check the designer list. I can't stress that enough. They can send back items if they're not on the list. So yeah, anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. And then when you create an account and sign things in, you'll be able to track everything through this sales section, which is what you saw at the very, very beginning of when I kind of signed in. You'll see your status, what your tier is and your commission rate. This was my very first time. So I'm at the bottom of the barrel, which is a 55% commission rate. There is I think, let's go back to the home page for a quick second and look up their tiers, because it does change, and it's good to understand their pricing structure and their commission structure, because how they price items also changes what you get for it. So I'm trying to find, okay, this is what I was looking for. The commission levels. So it's just real dash commission chart. I'm down here with an insider. You'll earn 55% of the selling price of your items. And in order to move up to the next level, which is icon, you have to sell $1,500 worth of things. And that is the sales price, not what you earn. But keep in mind that this 55% is also dictated by the item listing price. So you have your consigner rate, which is you, but then you get different commissions per item. So like if you have a watch with a resale price of like $2,500, you're going to make 85% of that. So that's really cool. And that doesn't matter what level you are up here. Now here's an interesting section as well, this 40%, all items with an original resale list price of 145 or less, which I found was the majority of the things I sent in, they priced 145 or less. Like I said, I wasn't sending in super high-end stuff. So even though my tier says I should earn 55%, because the item had 145, I only made 40% on a lot of items. And then on some items I did make 50 because the resale price was between these two brackets. So I guess if it's more than 195, you do make whatever is listed here, so which would be 55, but nothing in this haul was priced above $200, so I never actually made 55%. These are just some things to keep in mind, because it can be a little complicated when you have your commission tier as a seller, and then the items themselves, depending on how they price them, can make different amounts of money for you. So just keep that in mind. And it's always good to check this out. And they're great at getting back with questions and things like that. When you sign up, you're given a kind of point of contact person, and they're very helpful in, working with you and answering questions. I did have a little bit of a struggle with that in the beginning. It seemed like everybody and their mother wanted to be my consignment point of contact, but like you are assigned a specific person. And I want to say like 10 different people reach out to me and say, hi, I'm your point of contact. And then when I'd reach out to them with a question, like they wouldn't get back to me because they weren't actually my point of contact. I did find one lady who was very helpful and helped me find who that person was. So that was a little frustrating in the beginning, but now I know who that person is, and I will only talk directly to her if I have a question. So that was just a little bit of a frustration in the beginning, was the amount of people reaching out to me was a little overwhelming when they weren't actually assigned to my account. So anyway, that is just a small side note. Sales. Anyway, we're gonna just jump right into the sales. That's obviously what you're here for, not to hear me blabber on. So here are my items. I sent in, probably doesn't even say, but 30 something items. I think it was like 34 items, and they accepted a handful, or most of them. They only sent back 4 items. So here are the things that they sent back: some YSL pants, 2 pairs of those for interior staining, which I didn't even check. There was a stain on the inside of the pocket, so they get into the nitty gritty. These boots were shipped back because they had excessive wear, which they were worn, I do admit, these UGG boots. But when I got them back, I sold them immediately on Mercari the day I got them back. So I'm fine with that. And this jacket they sent back because of exterior staining, which for the life of me, I could not find the stain. So I think I may just throw that in the next shipment and see if I get a different person to examine it and have it go through. And then this Christian Dior was a tie, it was a necktie, had some tearing, but I thought that was a little wonky too. I mean, whatever. It was vintage and it wasn't torn. I don't really know what they meant by that. So you never really, they give a reason, but not overly detailed. And then here are some things that they did accept. This Valentino jacket, some shoes, Alice and Olivia, and then you'll see the status of it listed. If it's not listed yet, it'll just say accepted, and then you'll slowly see the pictures as they add those in, and then the price. So right now, it's priced at $115, this Altuzara tie-dye top. There is a 25% discount on it because they do, promote their inventory with different sales, just like any website would. So that is subject to your commission as well. So if it does sell at this price, you're gonna, it's a discounted price. You're not gonna make as much, but the goal of the Real is to get things to move quickly. And I did experience that. So you'll see a lot of my commissions, like I said, were between 40 and 50. This one, yeah, like nothing higher than 50, I don't think. But anyway, let's get into the sales. First item, these are not in the order that they actually sold. They might actually be closer to reverse order. So this St. John, like kind of sequin top, I have had forever, and it was listed forever, and I could not for the life of me sell it. I only paid $1 for it. I want to say it was listed for a year. And I was like, once I found the Real, I was like, you know what? It's got to go. I'm sending it in. So I did. Sorry, my allergies are awful this morning. So it actually sold for $40. So someone probably had a coupon code. So it was 20% off, sold for $40. And I made 16 off of that. I only paid $1 and I was just happy to see it gone. So good riddance, St. John. I know everyone freaks out, or maybe they used to freak out over St. John, but I kind of don't like it anymore. It sits for me, and the Real only takes current St. John, not the vintage stuff. At least that's what it says. I have not tried to send in a vintage item. I have 2 vintage St. John pieces sitting in my closet, no one wants them. So I'm not sure. If I find a newer tag, maybe I'll pick it up to send in, but I do not like selling St. John myself. It's just not a quick mover, especially the vintage stuff. People are making a big deal about it a couple years ago, but maybe it's just losing something, or I'm not in the right market for it. I don't know. Anyway, I do record all of my sales in Thrifter scorecard on my sales scorecard, even if they sell on the Real. So here's kind of what my sales scorecard looks like for all sales of all time I've ever made. And down at the bottom, I've just searched for St. John, and you can see there's my St. John Sequin tank top. You can see I paid 98 cents, about $1. And I put the sale price as the real sale price, and the earnings, obviously, of what the real paid me. And then, yeah, so I do track, you know, consignment stores are another stream of income, just like a different platform like eBay or Poshmark. So I do track those the same as any other sales. So I just wanted to show you possible ways of tracking consignment items, but within Thrifter Scorecard, which you know I am a big fan of, obviously. Okay, anyway, back to the sales. Here is a Chloe blouse. I believe, yeah, it was a silk blouse. It was listed on my eBay and Poshmark for a little while. And I like the Real because they do authenticate everything. So if you're ever on the fence about whether or not something is authentic, just send it in, because they will take care of that. If it's not authentic, they can send it back to you. And then you don't have to worry about selling something that you're maybe not 100% on. And they're going to be then responsible for the authenticity of that item. They've taken that on. So when I had this listed on eBay, I think I had it listed for $199 or something like that. And I had a little bit of interest and people were asking, you know, can I see the original receipt? I want to know it's real. It did not have that. So I think I missed out on a couple sales because I just couldn't prove it was authentic, even though I knew it was. So I sent it into the Real. And I actually did that with quite a few items that I just didn't want to deal with proving the authenticity of. So going through a consignment store like this with a reputable reputation on selling authentic goods is a nice way to go. So anyway, this Chloe blouse, I paid $5 for. It sold for $132. So again, had a discount applied, but I made $66 on it, which I was more than happy with. Again, I had it listed for a while with no luck. Here's some different views. They don't take a terribly large amount of pictures, just kind of the front, back, and side, but good enough to see. And they do provide a lot of info down here about the item, you know, if you are shopping on there, the condition, the measurements, and just kind of some details. So next up was this Tibby dress, really cool houndstooth kind of asymmetric design, kind of with that. Yeah, there you go. I don't know, it's just really fun. Long sleeve dress. It didn't have, yeah, it says fabric not listed, but feels like silk. I did not list this one myself on eBay or Poshmark. I just sent it right in. I spent $3.50 on this. It sold for $64. So again, another discount was applied, and I made $25.60 on this dress, which I'm thrilled about. I'm guessing like that's probably close to maybe what I would have made if I sold it on eBay, and I didn't have to do any of the work. All right, these Leffler Randall slides, not slides, but flats. I did have these listed for a while on eBay and Poshmark. They got a ton of interest and no one wanted to bite the bullet. I think I had them listed at 50, and anytime someone liked them, I sent out an offer for 40. And I thought that was a killer steal, but again, yeah, nobody wanted them. So I sent them in. They listed them for 75, but they ended up selling for 60. I made $24 off of that, and I only bought them for $2.50, $2.50. So great deal there. I'm just happy that they sold. They were adorable. Like, look at the toes there. Let's move this thing. So you can see, like, that's really cute. The shoes, they do take lots of pictures of on all the sides and stuff, so you can really get a feel for the condition. And they are very descriptive with the condition as well. You know, light discoloration at insoles, slight fading at exterior, like that's crazy. Like you can see, I guess that's what they mean, like these little white spots and stuff, but like they're very descriptive, so you know what you're getting, which is not a bad thing. Okay, this Tory Burch reversible belt. This thing haunted me. I never listed this because I was convinced it was fake. I bought it for $30 at Goodwill, and that was a mistake. First of all, paying $30 for a belt, don't do that. But I searched it high and low. I did comps, obviously, in the store, and they were really good. And then I realized that none of the belts that I was looking at for comparables had this kind of, you see that gold tone square behind the T's? I couldn't find a single one that looked like that. They only had the T pattern. And then behind it, it was nothing. There was no gold tone square behind it. And I was like, ooh, not a good sign. But you know what? That's what the RealReal's for. They authenticate all of their items. So I said, if I'm not positive, I'm just going to send this into the RealReal and they will tell me if it's real or not. They deemed it real and it sold. It's the morning and I'm still having my coffee. Can't you tell this video is just a like hoopla of entertainment, isn't it? So yeah, anyway, the Tory belt, it did sell for $95, which is incredible. And I'm glad I didn't have to worry about it, the authenticity anymore. So let's see, I bought it for 30, it sold for 95, and I then made 38. So, you know, I made $8 profit on that belt, which I didn't care about anymore. I wasn't actually in it for the money making with this belt. I just needed it gone because I was terrified of its fakeness. So the fact that I made $8 was just like a cherry on top. You know, everybody makes a bad buy every now and again. And this RealReal haul has a couple of those in them. And this was just a way to get rid of things that I didn't know what I was doing. All right, here is a 3.1 Phillip Lim. They called it a tunic. I thought it was a dress, but it was very unique and I didn't know how to photograph it mostly. You can see the like sleeve detail here is like, it's very interesting. It's like open kind of, and then there's just a bunch of fabric. It's not really a tassel. I don't know. And I didn't have a mannequin to make it look this good. Like on a hanger, it would have been disastrous. Anyway, I thought it was a dress, but they called it a tunic, but whatever. It also did have a stain right there. Like I can see that in the photo. I saw it in real life and I sent it in. I was just like, I don't want to take this stain out. It's silk and we'll see what happens. And they didn't even bother removing the stain. It's still sold and did not get returned. So that's probably an anomaly, but I paid $5 for this. I didn't list it myself first. I just sent it right on in. It sold for $40 and I made 16. I'm really happy with that. I did no work and it was stained. Like that's awesome. Okay, another Tory Burch belt story. Very similar kind of situation. I bought this Rolex wallet at a kind of high-end consignment store, thinking, you know, they're doing their due diligence on the items that I mean, you can't assume everyone is perfect at doing their due diligence, but you know, a consignment store already vets the items that they are willing to sell. And so I shopped with more confidence than if I were at a thrift store and found this. So I did think it was real. I examined it and I was like, okay, it's a Rolex patterned leather wallet and it came with the box and the original tissue paper and everything. That stuff looked legitimate. That looked very real to me. But the quality of this wallet, I just thought was cheap. I don't know what's wrong with me. Let's see if we can see some of the photos of the interior. So like the outside looks nice. That I don't have a problem with. It was the inside here, the card slots. This was like cheap plastic. I don't know. So I regretted buying it, of course. I didn't know what to do with it. I had originally bought it to sell. There was a big auction event on YouTube and I thought that this would do really well at the auction. And yeah, I thought it would go really well. So I did pay $80 for this. again, what was I thinking? This is not going to be the best video to learn what to do, but more of what not to do. Spend $80 on a wallet that turns out you believe in your gut is fake. Don't do that. So just like the Tory Burch belt, I was like, I'm gonna send it in because then I don't have to worry about it. I didn't end up selling it on the auction because I was afraid it was fake, and I couldn't sleep well at night knowing that. Like, I didn't want to come up there and be like, this could be real, it could be fake, but I thought it would have done amazing on the auction if I was confident it was real. Again, I could find none on the internet that looked like this. Which, like, why would you fake something that isn't easily found? You know, I don't know. I'm not very experienced, as you can clearly see. So I sent it in. They priced it at 175. It sold for 140. So I made $70. I did lose money on this, obviously, but just like the Tory Burch belt, I don't care. It's gone. Someone else is enjoying it. It didn't get returned. And hooray. Like, everything I'm showing you today, I have already been paid out for, or I will in like 2 days, but it's already processing. So none of this can be taken away, which is great. I did have one return this month, this round of consignment. And so that was deducted from my earnings, and it has not sold again yet. It's just a black dress, but maybe this month it'll sell. So good riddance, Rolex wallet. Okay, this Lafayette 148 New York cardigan. This was actually my very first item to sell, and it sold, I think, the same day they listed it, which shocked me. I didn't realize how fast things could move on the RealReal. So this being my first sale, full price, no discount, and sold like within 24 hours of it being up on the site. I was like, I love the RealReal. It was great. I spent $4 on this and sold for 65, and I made $26. I'll take it. Again, I did no work. I did not list this on eBay or Poshmark first. I just threw it in the box and off it went. I find a decent amount of Lafayette 148, I feel like, and I feel like even the pictures aren't that good. Like, they could have straightened that out or something, but yeah, anyway, just a simple cardigan with this like waterfall front. Thrilled about that sale. All right, I had this Yves Saint Laurent blazer. I have two of these. One of them is still listed. I believe they're the same size. One they listed higher than the other. Not quite sure why. But this one sold for $100. I bought it for, oh man, I want to say it's either 5 or 10. I wrote down 10, but now I'm thinking it's 5. So let's just take a look. Suit jacket. Yeah, cost of goods, $5.63. So I was incorrect there. It sold for 100 on the site. I made 40, so I profited 34.37 on that. And that I did have listed in my closet for a couple months and then sent it into the RealReal. So that's why it says 95 days listed, because I did have that on eBay for a while. So yeah, only $6-ish in this jacket. I bought it in a lot of other men's suits and things. I sent in the pants that went with this, but they didn't accept the pants. And so this is the first of the 2 suits I have, the first piece to sell, and thrilled about making 40 because, like I said, I had listed this for a while and with no luck. And my last sale in this consignment period was the Marc Jacobs jeans. I love how they put low rise in the title. I was like, oh, you're going to deter so many people from clicking on it just because it says low rise right away. But I thought they were interesting because they have this like center seam design all the way down. I don't know. I thought they were kind of cute. Lots of interest on Poshmark and eBay when I had listed them. Oh yeah, you can see the M on the butt pocket. It's kind of cute. Yeah, they had interest, but no one wanted to buy them. So I sent them in. I paid $3 for these in a thrift store, and they sold for $40 on the RealReal, and I made 16. So really, really pleased with that. So you'll see last month's commission, which is everything I just showed you, I made $282 of things that I probably wouldn't have normally. Either they were things that were not selling for me on eBay or Poshmark or Mercari, or things that I had sourced specifically to send in. I was thrilled with almost $300 in my first month. I will definitely keep sending things into the RealReal. In fact, I'm almost more excited to go thrifting to find real items than I am to list them myself. Of course, I will always sell clothing, but I am trying to dabble in some other things lately. Hard goods, home goods, products, beauty products, lots of different things, anything really. And so there's a lot of good clothes out there, but I don't want to list them all. So something like the RealReal is a great option. Anyway, hello, welcome back. If you enjoyed this video at all, please consider giving it a thumbs up. I was late to the game on my YouTube this week, but I really wanted to share this with you, and I hope you find it somewhat helpful, educational on my RealReal experience and kind of what to expect with the kinds of items that I sent in. I hope to have another RealReal haul fairly soon. No promises on when. I'm trying to gather a decent amount of things before I print my shipping label, and I have a few right now. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe, hit the little bell so you know when I release my other videos. I try and put out one video a week at this point right now. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate every single one of you, and I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.